I like being along the river as the sun is going down, and prairie sunsets are magnificent. And as wave after wave of the birds start to come in and parachute into the river, and it's just an awesome experience. It is an experience for all of the senses. It's visual, it's auditory, it's olfactory, the smell of the river, and it's just every evening is a different experience. And regardless of the number of birds that roost, every experience has been extremely worthwhile. It's always a good experience in March by the river, and enhanced by a goodly number of sandhill cranes.
This part of Nebraska with the Platte River is, I think, maybe the most spectacular, biologically at least, of all of the parts of Nebraska. We don't have mountains, but we've got sandhills. We don't have oceans, but we've got an incredible river going from one end to the other. And one of the most incredible things about it is that in the spring, from mid-February to early April, we get the largest assemblage of cranes anywhere in the world, 500,000 roughly, that stop here for collectively about 6 weeks, individually about 2-3 weeks probably, roosting every night in the Platte River, which is wide and shallow and sandy and relatively free of disturbance. So it becomes a real confluence, I guess, of both the river and the cranes. The cranes are a group of birds that are, probably 10 times more ancient than anything that looked like humans. 50 million years is about when the crane started, so it's one of the more archaic birds in the world. But in all that time, it's become incredibly adapted. The birds are long-lived. Some of them in captivity live up to 70-some years, and they have long-term pair bonds. They remain paired almost indefinitely. They have strong family bonds. They raise one, occasionally 2 young, and those young stay with them not only the first year, but on into the second year and until they start breeding in the third year. So they have the kind of family units that we'd like to think humans might have. Strong attachments, powerful attachments to the land. They migrate 4,000 miles by memory, learning the places that their parents in effect showed them where it was safe to land, avoiding those where it's not. So there's a real tradition, I think, a behavioral tradition that can be traced back over the generations. There aren't any other birds that, to my mind, are anything quite that interesting.